I'd like to welcome in our new sponsor for the year of 2024, Bree Combination Wrestling, BCW, ahead of their event at the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Welcome to 2024, the new year, featuring Christina Marie, Brittany Blake, Vicious Vicky, Face, Jay Bougie, Anthony Gangone, Darius Carter, and a whole lot more Saturday, January 20th at the Mecca. Before we get started, I want to shout out our sponsors here on the BCP. As always, the BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located online and at the Englishtown Flea Market in Englishtown, New Jersey, on Saturdays and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Blue Building. Get your wrestling stuff, retro video games, G.I. Joes, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the show. Please welcome in our new sponsor, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE-recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Connor McCauley. They're the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure with over $150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. The BCP is also sponsored by the No Gimmicks Podcast, the pro wrestling podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. The No Gimmicks Podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. Shout out Kelvin, check out the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may have not seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and more. We also strive to be a source for information regarding upcoming wrestling meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. BCP is also sponsored by Warriors of Wrestling. Warriors of Wrestling returns to Brooklyn, New York on Saturday, January 6th, featuring former WWE superstars Mace and Mansoor, also featuring Darius Carter, Joe Acasio, Angel Metro, Vicious Vicky, TJ Marconi, and a whole lot more. Get your tickets now at warriorsofwrestling.com. And don't forget to subscribe for some great matches over on the Warriors of Wrestling YouTube channel. Please welcome in our new sponsors, the Sweet Chin Musings podcast. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SCM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW. No dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered too with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find us on Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and be sure to check out the podcast on all your favorite podcast major streaming platforms. We also got to shout out our new sponsors, United States Department of Nerds, the USDN Podcast, a podcast presented by Dat Feeling Podcast Network, LLC. The USDN Podcast is run by Jeffrey T. Fountain, a BCP Plus contributor, Jennifer Johnson, Eric Johnson, and Tay Stith, and is also home to the Queens of Nerdom podcast. USDN Podcast is a safe place for all nerds where they can come to be entertained, learn, and embrace debate. USDN prides itself on being by the people, for the people, and of the people. Here at the USDN, we strive to bring you the best content we can find where you know it comes with USDN's seal of approval. We always strive to give you factual data, and if it's a rumor, we'll always preface it with the rumor alert before dropping the freshest info. However, once those rumors are proven true, you can bet your money we at USDN are slamming the stamp down and giving it the USDN seal of approval. Hit our links on social media for all our merch. This ad is USDN approved. BCP is now sponsored by the international shining star, Ray Calitri. Calitri has honed his craft traveling and wrestling all over the world, including destinations such as Mexico, Peru, Puerto Rico, and even Egypt. The ISPW Tri-State Champion and Golden Ticket holder is also one of the longest reigning ECPW Light Heavyweight Champions in history. Calitri also holds an international championship that he won in Mexico. Always known for his appreciation of world culture, the Shining Star is also known for his taste for high fashion, lavish lifestyle and fast cars. However, he is most prominently known around the globe for his unparalleled in-ring acumen and skill set. Be sure to follow Ray Calitri across the board on social media at Calitri Ray on Twitter, at PAP1Fresh on Instagram, and Ray Calitri on Facebook. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the show, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video and audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they're hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. They cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. Guys, on a personal note, as always, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank Leone, O'Neil Andrews, and the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Book GPW for a promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Once again, the BCP is sponsored by Pro Wrestling Magic. Pro Wrestling Magic presents Kingdom Come 8, 99 red balloons on Saturday, December 23rd at the Mecca, Ridgefield Park here in New Jersey. Get your tickets now or watch live on IWTV. Kingdom Come 8 features Darius Carter, Steve Pena, Steve Off, Kerr, Alex Ryman, Danny Moff, the Notorious Mimi, the Ruthless Lala, Vicious Vicky, Adina Steele, the Rep, Death Row, and a whole lot more. Tune in on IWTV. Guys, I want to give a special shout out and thanks to our new December podcast sponsor, Key Nation, featuring our very own BCP and BCP Plus contributor, Mr. Wayne Keener. Make sure to follow Key Nation on TikTok and Instagram for great puns, memes, dad jokes, and random ridiculous content. Thank you, Wayne. Welcome in our new December sponsors for the BCP DDE Daddy Daughter Entertainment. Thank you, Chucky Diesel and Chloe Rain, for sponsoring the show. Daddy Daughter Entertainment is all about family and being a fan of professional wrestling. It's my favorite thing about this crazy business is seeing Chucky and Chloe at shows. And DDE right now are putting out some amazing content and special attraction matches. Thank you, DDE. Guys, last but not least, I want to shout out our new December sponsor, Chop City Wrestling. Chop City Wrestling is where our pal Ryan Stenifer takes chops from wrestlers and donates $20 to Connor's Cure for every chop he takes. Follow his adventures on his YouTube channel for all those chops and some great pro wrestling content for a great cause. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you, Ryan, for sponsoring the BCP.
Yo, listen, it's Platinum Max, part of the Acclaim, the Platinum Playboy, best wrestler alive, and you are rocking with the Bob Culture Podcast. Yo, listen, Platinum on the mic, and I'm coming for your ass. I'm listening to the Bob Culture Podcast, and I think it's the hottest show in the game, because them and everybody loves the Acclaim. Now, scissor me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here live in Brooklyn, New York at Warriors of Wrestling with, let's get the resume going. What is it, the SSW Women's Champion? Yep. She is now the current reigning and defending, beat my girlfriend tonight. That's a story for another day. Warriors of Wrestling Women's World Champion, the one and only, a fan favorite, Angel Metro. Round of applause. Angel, thank you for a few minutes. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So much to talk about. I want to talk about this first. I noticed you working with Chad over at SSW.
Right.
Really getting some momentum. First and foremost, I mean, now dethroning Zeta Steel after ending the summer of Steel. We're calling it the winter of Metro now. Are you feeling that momentum right now? What's that been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wild ride, and I've just been hanging on as best I can. It's been great. I mean, I've been able to meet so many fans in New York and New Jersey, and I love the communities. I love the kids. Like, I'm so lucky. Warriors and SSW has huge, family fan base. So it's been a wild ride, but I've been having fun.
Perfect segue. That was my next question.
I think the most important thing in this business, like the moves are great. I love your finisher, by the way. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Thank you.
But the connection with the fans. Even if you're a heel, you're a face, whatever it is, you have it. It's the connection with the kids, particularly. Tell us a little bit. Do you kind of gravitate towards the kids, or do they gravitate towards you? I mean, what's that like for you?
I think it's mostly both. I feel like with kids, it's one of those things where they tend to get overlooked.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, and not even intentionally, but I feel like people kind of treat them more as an accessory to a parent versus a human being. So when you really get down there on eye level with them and talk to them, they're little people. So it's like, hey, how's it going? You want to give me a high five? Not? That's cool. They really appreciate that, and I think that vibe is what attracts them to me. It's just having a conversation with them.
They love you, and I want to talk about your finisher. Now, is it Bring the Ruckus? Is that
Bring
correct?
the Ruckus.
I said, because I listened back,
Yeah.
because I had asked you at ISPW, and I'm like, I think I said it correctly. Tell us a little bit about, we'll talk about the name, but I want to talk a little bit about the maneuver itself.
Absolutely.
It is crisp, it is clean, it's a hell of a finish. Where'd you come up with that?
Thank you so much. So Bring the Ruckus, it actually came from Ruckus. If you watch Ruckus, I'm a big fan of older school hardcore deathmatch. So obviously I watched a lot of IWA, CZW, and Ruckus, he's very prominent in especially CZW, in those videos and, in those old matches. And I'm a big fan of him. I mean, he is unbelievable. You could take one match of Ruckus, take that moveset, and make an entire career off of it.
Yeah.
So I just really liked that move a lot, and paying homage to him, I think he deserves way more flowers than he gets, and I hope he gets all of them because he deserves it. So and I'm also a big fan of Wu-Tang Clan.
Nice, okay, there you go.
And so one of my other moves, my neck breaker, I call it Protect Your Neck. So Bring the Ruckus, and it's from Ruckus.
Love it. And I love that you said homage correctly. Everyone says homage, so bonus points for that one.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too personal, whatever you're comfortable with sharing. I believe you weren't always into wrestling. You had a close connection to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then even just the elation I saw on your face when you won that championship, you were really emotional. Whatever you're comfortable sharing about your personal story getting into this business.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was a musician for a long time, and I was actually on tour in Chicago, and I met someone, and they were a professional wrestler. They'd been a professional wrestler for 16 years. They specialized in deathmatch wrestling, and we started dating, and they became my partner, and his name was Marcus Crane, and so he had received an injury that put him out. It was a pretty severe injury, and so he recouped, and we were getting him back in the ring, sending him off to training, and doing all that to get him back up, and he was ready to go. And unfortunately, he had an underlying health condition we didn't know about, and he passed away suddenly. So we were building our life together. We had all this stuff going, all this momentum. He was getting back into wrestling, and then all of a sudden, everything just fell. I mean, it was just gone. He was gone. My best friend was gone. My partner was gone. Everything we were doing, everything was gone, and it was kind of a turning point for me. I could have made a lot of different decisions, but for some reason, I don't know, in life, you have a few things in life. Every once in a while, you get this gut feeling where you're like, I have to do this. Not like I want to do this, or maybe I will. You feel compelled to do something. And for me, that was I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know what's going to happen, but I need to get in a ring. I need to do this. And so that's what I did. I wanted to make him proud. I wanted to make myself proud. And I loved wrestling as a fan. And then, training, I fell in love with it. It made me smile more than I had since he passed. So I got him tattooed on my arm. And every time I'm in there, a little part of him is too. And that just... yeah, that's everything to me.
That's awesome to hear. And I'll be respectful of your time, Ada. Thank you for making a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Long night here tonight. What are your goals moving forward?
My goals moving forward, honestly, wrestling for me is my heart. So in 2024, Who knows how long any of us will be here? I want to watch my friends have fun. I want to watch them kick ass. I want to go out there and cause some chaos for myself too. And that's it, dude. I just want to wrestle and I want to watch my friends wrestle. That's everything to me. That's it.
And you're killing it. You're riding that wave. Continued success. Tell them where they can follow you, all that kind of stuff. Shameless promo.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm on all the social media channels. You can find me Angel Metro, my website angel-metro.com. That's where you can find my merch as well. But Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you got, it's Angel Metro, exactly how it sounds, and I'll be there.
Angel, continued success. Thanks for a few minutes.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Angel Metro, ladies and gentlemen. We out. Peace.